Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh. Okay. I just walked in the door. Ah. Oh, okay. This thing's going to come off my microphone. Excuse me for a second. How is everyone? Hello. Happy Monday. Oh, sorry I was late. Hi, Frank. Oh, okay. Oh, can you hear me? Okay. Hi, Bay. You want up? She's like, Mom, you just got home. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. Here's some Bailey time. Oh, sorry, I'm late, everyone. I had a personal errand that I just had to do. So here I am a few minutes late. And Bailey's so happy I'm home. Yeah. I was at Animal Friends Alliance, this morning, and we photographed 3 dogs, but it's really snowy and cold right now. Hi. And so we photographed them inside. Here you go, honey. Okay, there you go. Because that just would have been too cold, even though it wasn't snowing right this minute. It was still, but then I had some personal errands. So important stuff happening. Sorry again that I'm late. I hope you're all doing well. Frank, did you photograph any kitties today at the cat campus? Inquiring minds. We have, what do we got? We got, today's the 14th, 2 more Mondays left of the year. What? I know. It's awesome. Okay. It's also like, you know how it is at the holidays, a little bit bittersweet too. There's always seems like there's one thing I wish I would have done, like decorating or cards or something. I don't know. If you're at the top of the show here, oh, Frank, you got something to say? 2 cats. All right. You had 2 cats. I had 3 dogs. Awesome. Good to see you, Frank. What kind of banners do I want to show you? Top of the show, I just want to make sure you know where other places are that we can interact with each other, which I love. One place is here in the Pro Pet Photog Facebook group. If you're not part of that, I invite you to join us there. It's a closed group, so we can talk about things that aren't going to be in a public forum. So I like that aspect. As soon as I get to 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube, I'll have my community tab too. And that's what I'm most looking forward to with that milestone on YouTube, is being able to talk to you through that community tab as well. What's another thing? Okay. Also over here, please join our email list. So every Friday, I send out an email talking about what's happening here on YouTube and other cool things. My Tales with Tales podcast, anything else that I think would be valuable to you as pro or aspiring pro pet photographers. Please sign up for that newsletter. I'd love to have you there. All right. I'm a little out of breath. I just titled this like an AMA, Ask Me Anything, Q&A. And so if you have any questions about the business or craft of pet photography, let's talk. We could talk about the actual methods of photography, like cameras and things like that, the gear, or how to set up a shot. We can talk about animal behavior type of things. We could talk about the business end of it. There's so many aspects. Don't you think there's so much, right, Frank? Like, it seems like every time Frank and I talk, he's like, I've added a new thing to my, website. And I was like, oh, I've started this new project. It's an ongoing thing. So when you set up a business, it is never just set and done. You're always working on it. Always. You're welcome to ask any questions, or we can just start a conversation. I don't know everything, obviously, so we've got other people in here that can talk too. Frank, Zukav's photo on Borzoi photography. What? 365. So if you're in that Facebook group, Frank put that picture of his dog Zukov. Those Borzois have those long faces, and Zukov has the long hair, and it's just like this perfect portrait. Really fantastic photo. Yeah, I bet the Borzoi group would love that, because look, they're fast. They're really fast dogs. It's very difficult to get that photo. Yeah, so good job, Frank. I love that. I wish I could share photos in here, but I don't think I can. And I don't really want to share the group, the Facebook group. So that's it. Join the Facebook group and you will see Zukhov's picture. And did you put Greta's pictures in there too? I think that would be fun to share Greta as well. Yee. Yeah, and honestly, I really did just walk in the door. I had enough time to let the dog out in the backyard for the minute it took her. Let's see. Y'all know I am really reaching for that 1,000 sub mark by the end of the year, which is only 2 weeks away. So, I'm going to keep striving. YouTube was completely down. Like Google was down. Did you know this, Frank? For at least an hour. I think it was around 4 p.m. our time. Like everything Google, YouTube, Google Drive, a bunch of stuff. Google was completely down. It was the strangest thing. It was before I woke up, so I don't know. But it's not crazy. Okay. So right now I'm at 808 subscribers. I don't know if you can see that. 808, somewhere on there, whatever. So, 192 subscribers in 2 weeks. Sure, we can do it. I almost thought about just doing like a marathon live stream. AMA for 3 hours. A lot of people do that on Saturday mornings, like Nick Nimmin. He does I think it's sponsored by TubeBuddy. And so he'll just do like a 3-hour live stream and you can ask him all kinds of stuff about YouTube. And so that would be kind of fun, right? I just have to time it because there's a lot going on in my life right now. So I don't want it to take up time I need for that stuff. So what is Frank talking about? You posted in the camera club. Okay. Yeah. So look up compelling images too. If you're watching this later, she blinks. Need more natural light to get a good portrait. Oh, of Greta? Really? How interesting. Wow. And you didn't notice. Huh. So do you have like a lot of eyes closed pictures? Yes. And here's Greta sleeping peacefully. Okay. She blinked. we won't tell, Frank. Oh my goodness. How is the end of the year shaping up for you, Frank? Do you have projects that you're working on? Do you have client work that you're doing? How is your video editing coming along? Yeah, right. Yeah. She's sleeping. How's it going for you, Frank? If you're a replayer to this too, feel free to join the conversation. I come back. I'm notified of when there's any comments. Usually be a comment under the description of the video, more so than obviously the live chat. But I think you can add stuff either way, and I will see it. Yay. And you can be part of that conversation. And it could also be fuel for the next episode. So appreciate that. Sometimes I put a theme to these live streams, but then we go on a new tangent anyway. So I just thought I would pick a general topic today, and we can do kind of an AMA and just chat with each other. Couple weeks left of 2020. I have a new name for 2020. It's going to be eventually, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you know this, the year that must not be named. What do you think of that? Yeah. Oh, what year did that happen? The year that must not be named. We don't speak of that year. Oh gosh, that's probably what's going to happen. It'll go on in infamy as something else besides 2020. Who knows? We'll give it some kind of name. Back in the summer, it was, today is the 150th day of March in the never-ending year of 2020. It's things like that. But we're going into 2021 really, really soon. So going through more creative live videos, that's a great idea. What I need to do is learn how to cast it to my TV. And Steve was saying he knows how to do that without like HDMIing it with the laptop. But that's a really good idea because I haven't caught up in Creative Live in a while. And I have courses on there that I've bought and watched, but it would be nice to go through them again. What's your favorite? Like, what are some ones that you've been watching lately that we'd all like? I know you follow a lot of people photography because you do a lot of models. And just people photography. So I know you like to follow like Lindsay Adler, things like that. So give some ideas of what to watch. I'm kind of, after I did my story time episode about being on Creative Live, now I'm kind of looking into 2021 going, okay, I didn't go to the Northwest this year, which is where all my family is. If I went next year, would I have time? Because my family is in Southwest Washington near Portland, which is a 3.5 hour drive to Seattle. That's why I only have ever had that one chance to be on the show. So, and I also thought about San Francisco because Steve's kids live near the Bay. Like maybe I could be on one of those shows and kind of combine it with family because it's actually kind of easy to be in the studio audience, or it was pre this year. So you just have to kind of go through the process and get yourself there. So 4 years ago, it wasn't that hard. So I think that would be really cool to be in the studio audience again, but you just never know when they're going to do the live tapings. And it could be, they cover so much on Creative Live now. Don't you think, Frank? There's finance topics. They even did fitness for a while. I don't know if they're still doing that. Business topics. They don't do much in videography that I've noticed, which is a little bit of a bummer. Maybe that's too hard to teach live. I don't know. I would love if they added more video classes. They even had some more on crafting, I think. Maybe, like painting or calligraphy or something like that. I want to say they probably have some design classes. They used to do a whole Photoshop week. So just massive amount of information on Photoshop, things like that. I'd love to know what you're watching, Frank. What else do we have going on? I haven't even loaded up the puppy pictures to show you from today. They're still in my camera bag in my front entry. That I was like, I gotta get inside and let the doggy outside in the cold. Oh, one thing I did do today that I'm trying to figure out how to work into pet photography is the frozen bubbles, the frozen soap bubble photos, because it was really cold here today. So I think that needs it. Technically, I think it's better to do those soap bubble frozen pictures if it's like 20 or under 20 degrees Fahrenheit or less, and zero wind, obviously, and then a little bit of interesting light. So we had a little bit of a sunrise today before it clouded over. And so I was out there playing with the frozen soap bubble concoctions and working on that. And I've recorded a bunch of video for that. We'll see how it comes together. But I think it would be kind of cool to superimpose a picture of Bailey, either from the other day when she was outside with her little coat on or in front of the tree, superimpose that on the soap bubble. So it looks like she's in a little ornament and kind of do double exposure after the fact. So that might be kind of a cool tutorial here on YouTube. We'll see how that comes together. That could be my Christmas episode. I'm not sure yet. Frank. You go for the discounted classes. Oh, okay. Oh, because they send you 1 million emails, right? So there's all kinds. And do you gravitate more, Frank, towards the people photography ones? Curious. I haven't looked in a while. Did they create any this year? That I haven't kept up with. But I know there's more classes that I would enjoy. I think I have all 3 of the pet related ones, because there was one by a gal who writes a lot of photography books. There was another one that was just like, this was a few years ago now, and she got a lot of press for this. She did mini sessions. She just has a people portrait studio, not just, but she has a people portrait studio that never did dogs before. And then suddenly one day she's like, I'm going to do mini sessions with dogs, and made all this money. And so I have her class. I think it's an older model now. A lot of people try to do that. And then there's one more. I think it was just a short class. I don't know. There's not that many on pet photography on Creative Live, honestly. So, if they're watching, I will do one for you. Oh my goodness. I think I was too late for people. They saw I wasn't here. And so what else we got going on? Okay, we've got 2 weeks left of this year, and I am still putting up videos every single day, whether it's a live stream like this on our Mondays, or I do about 3 shorts a week, which is those vertical less than a minute videos. I'm having kind of a lot of fun with that, learning some new skills, and I hope it's just kind of fun entertainment for you. Tuesdays, I've been doing my quick tips. I don't know if you've noticed that. So Frank was very nice and gave me part of one of my last week's quick tips on the 3 speed light hacks. So Tuesdays, I've been putting out quick tips, which is about 5 minutes or less. If I can get away with less, 3 minutes would be great. And then Friday is my produced video. So I've got a video coming up, I think this Friday, that's going to be all the videos that never made it to YouTube this year. A lot of stuff that just never came together. So that should be pretty fun. I'll probably do the soap bubble one. And then I'm not quite sure from there until we get into the new. And then when we get into the new year, I'll do another what's in my camera bag, what's my camera gear, what's my lighting gear, which has changed a bit. So I try to do that every single January. And then I'm also going to show my day at the shelters vlogs. And so I've got one that I already shot for the cat side, and then I'm going to shoot one for the dog side. So those vlogs will be coming out, kind of a start to finish of my whole process. So that's what I've been working on for all of you people. Yay. What else is Frank? I taught the class by Joe McNally. Ooh, he's, I've been to his live workshops. He did a tour at one point, like it was a one light workshop or something like that. So yeah, he's pretty entertaining. I like him, down to earth guy. Okay. So I'll have to look into that. He's very techy. Like he knows the tech pretty well. Yeah, those are good to watch. Zach Arias also was a one light wonder guy. He's like, you could do anything with one light. So it's pretty inspiring. Joe McNally. Okay, cool. I think, no, do they ever do wildlife ones? I don't, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm trying to decide if I want to do imaging, which is the PPA, Professional Photographers of America. I try to get to their in-person conference every year. Obviously, they're not doing it this year, but they're doing online, and it's really cheap, like $60, I think. But the problem I've noticed is that when I sign up for some of these conferences, I'm so distracted here at home because I'm just sitting in front of my computer and I could do anything around me. So I have to really okay, I'm committing. I'm going to watch at least 3 presentations, something like that. I need to make sure that I'm going to commit to it because I think it's important. They're trying to do networking type stuff too, but it's just not the same as being in person. Like all of your senses are part of the conference when you're there physically. So a little bit different. So I don't know. I'm still trying to decide if I want to buy a ticket to imaging. I probably will. I want to say it's like the 3rd weekend of January, somewhere around there. That's usually when I travel there. And usually it costs like $1,500 when you talk about the airfare and the hotel and the meals. The conference itself doesn't cost that much usually. So big savings. And I like PPA, and I love their Bridging the Gap program. And that was kind of, I want to say created, but I don't know if they'll give him credit, created by Jeff Shaw. And if you're part of, let's see, if you listen to the Tales with Tales podcast, you know that I just hired Jeff Shaw. Jeffrey Shaw is going to be my one-to-one coach for the first quarter of 2021. I can't believe it. He was only taking on 4 to 6 for the first quarter. It's going to coincide with the book that comes out in May, the Self-Employed Life. That's the name of his podcast now. It used to be Creative Warriors. Now it's the Self-Employed Life. And so he has a whole thing around that. And we're going to apply that to my business. First quarter, Q1, coming right up. I just made all of my appointments for January with him. And so I think it's about a few days into January, I'll have my first meeting with him. So that's exciting. I've always wanted to do one-to-one coaching with him. And so I can't hardly wait. I have a lot of things coming up for YouTube and branching off from what I teach here, because YouTube can only hold so much. And so I'm working on some cool stuff for all of you, kind of a side brand to Silverpaw Studio. Okay, that's all I'm going to say because it's not well formed in my head, and I don't want to give you any false information that I'll change down the road anyways. So, alrighty, everyone. It is 2:30 here in Colorado, and I have not had lunch, and so I really need to eat something and go spend some time with my dog. And I have a client phone call here in about an hour, so I got to make sure I get all that done before my client call. But it's been great to see you. Sorry I was late again. Good to see you, Frank. And let's see, anything else I want to tell you? I think that's pretty much it. I think that's it. Thanks for being here. Join me next Monday at 2:00 Mountain Time, the next 2 Mondays, and then I'll go back to once a month. But an AMA, Q&A, whatever you want to talk about, right here on YouTube for the next 2 Mondays at 2 Mountain Time. Okay? All right. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. And what do I always say? As always, I wish you many woofs, purrs, and TREATSs. Okay, bye. Bye.